let's answer some questions. We'll start off with the ones that have been sent into the artist coaching community group. Something I do every week. There is this Facebook group that at like 1,000 people are a member of right now. 1,000 music producers, DJs, label owners, bookers, managers. They are a member of that group. It's called the Artist Coaching Community Group on Facebook. So if you're not a member yet, it's free. So make sure to head over there and request access, and I will grant you access to the group. You will have the option to ask the questions there. What's up, Andrew? Hope you're doing well. Let's start off with the first one that came in. It's from Ethan. What are your favorite sample and preset packs? Well, I must say I haven't been making music that much lately, so I'm not really into the latest things anymore. If I make music, I still use the stuff that I have been using 5 years ago. I must say I really like Splice, so that kind of takes away the whole preset, sample packs, because now you can just take one sample instead of buy one pack and have to use all of them. Splice is the thing that I really like right now if we talk about samples. And the preset packs, I'm not that into those anymore that much. So Arun, how to overcome the fear of am I gonna be successful or not? That's a really good question. I think with that question, you first have to ask yourself the question, what does success mean to me? Because success is very different to everyone. To some people that might mean money, to some people that might be having the freedom to do whatever they want. So that's the first thing you should decide for yourself. What is success to me? Because maybe you're successful if you make a living from music, like let's say $2,000 a month. And you can pay your bills and you don't have a boss, you don't have any people that you don't want to work with, you're just making music every day and you can still pay your bills and go on a holiday, but you're just not rich. But do you need to be rich to be successful, or do you need to be rich to be happy? That's the big question you should ask yourself. So the fear of am I going to be successful? How to overcome it? It's a really tough one, and I think that all happens in your own mind. Defining the word success is probably the most important thing here. Like, don't try to measure yourself to anyone else. Try to see what makes you happy and what's success to you. Patrick. Chicken or salad? Chicken. Up high. Hey Joey, an artist friend of mine who has signed labels like Ministry of Sound, Armada, Black Hole said to me this: my best advice is to find a good label and stick with them. I regret going to different labels for every release. What are your thoughts on this? Thank you. My best advice is to find a good label. Yeah, that's true and false at the same time. It really depends on what kind of label you're looking for, and at the same time, even if you're signed at a big label such as Ministry of Sound or such as Armada, I don't think it's a smart idea to stick with that label for all of your releases. I think it's always a great idea to sometimes go out to a different label, because if you keep releasing on the same label, you keep tapping into the same audience over and over again. And I think what you want to do with your music, you are trying to reach a new audience every time. You're trying to build your fan base. You're trying to build a bigger following. So releasing on different labels might be a better strategy for that. But at the same time, it's also a great idea to have like a long-term deal with one big label. But always try to add in the contract that you are allowed to release on different labels just make sure that that's possible. How do we know the rules and updates of the Instagram algorithm? They keep changing it without clarity on what it does. I'm not really sure where you can get this information from, but just keep your attention on what everyone else is doing, and keep an eye on your own statistics. Like, keep an eye on what's actually happening there. What's up, Alex? Welcome. 3D, Karen, from town, Mohamed. Rain Valex, welcome guys in the live stream. I'm just answering some questions from the artist coaching community group right now. And if you have a question on Instagram, make sure to drop it in the comment section and I will try to go over it as well. But yeah, regarding the Instagram algorithm, it really depends on how minor the changes are. Like most of the changes are so minor that they're not worth mentioning in most of the times, and the big changes will come through and everyone will know it. So Kobe Rock. I'm currently working on several songs and I think I have quite good loops, but I cannot get out of the loops right now. I missed a special something for the tracks. I've already tried to get some inspiration from other tracks and sets. I've gone through 100 sounds, wrote many melodies and also left the tracks for a few days. With arrangements I have no problems, but the songs are not ready for the arrangement yet. What else can I do? Can I get loops? Blah, blah, try to get inspiration from other tracks, other sounds, many tracks. Well, sometimes you just have to leave the project there. Like maybe leave it there for like 2 weeks and then go back to it. Maybe just go out of the studio, you know. Sometimes you just aren't capable of making music that day, and the fact, like accepting the fact that it's not gonna happen a day is gonna make your life a lot more easier. I actually had a talk about this with Jay Hardway yesterday. You will hear more about it in the podcast episode that will be online next week. We had a talk about being in the studio while you actually know that it's not going to happen. And sometimes it's just not that smart to stay, because then if you stay and it's not going to work out for the rest of the day, you will be having a bad feeling for the whole day. You're not happy with yourself. You're bummed out because you didn't make any progress. If you really tried all those things that you just mentioned and it's still not working, just leave it where you are, do something else, go have a good time with your friends and come back tomorrow. That's my tip. How much should I promote a song before it's released? Sometimes I just want to release music out of nowhere. I know it's smart to promote before. Well, actually promoting before is not really something that works that well anymore. Things have kind of changed on that field. Why? Because the audience, the people want things now. They don't want it tomorrow. They didn't want it yesterday. They want it now. So the only smart thing you can do in front of the release is reaching out to playlist owners and see if they are interested in featuring your song into their playlist. That's the only one thing, like sending it out to blogs, sending it out to DJs. That's the one thing you can do in front of the release. Sending it out to DJs, that's something you can do like 2 weeks in front of the release. Sending it out to playlist owners 1 or 2 days in front of the release. But don't spend too much time on promoting the track before the release date. Spend time on promoting the track after the release date, because that's where the magic happens. That's where you can pull people from Instagram to Spotify to actually listen to your song and to collect those streams, instead of just like teasing them and not letting them do anything. So that's actually a great question. Like promoting in front of the release is useful, but focus on after the release. That's more important. What's up, Caesar, India, Saddam, Banks. Hey Joey, when are you doing feedback sessions? Actually, in 30 minutes. I know it has been a really long time that I've been doing it, but the next feedback session will be in 30 minutes on my Facebook page. So yeah, if you want feedback on your music, make sure to go over to my Facebook page and join that live stream in 30 minutes, because that's where you can get feedback on your music. Like I already mentioned, the podcast with Jay Hardway is coming up next week. Make sure to listen to that. It's going to be really interesting to every artist out there. We're going to cover a lot of topics from the music industry. We're going to talk about his artist career. We're going to talk about music labels, branding, marketing, all those things. So that's going to be really interesting. And one thing I wanted to point out to everyone who's coming to the Amsterdam Dance event this year, I will be hosting another Lunch and Learn with Artist Coaching. What's a Lunch and Learn? With Lunch and Learn, we will have lunch and at the same time learn, such as the title says. I will invite another artist to come talk about his artist career during lunch, and you will have the opportunity to meet music producers and DJs from all over the world. So it's an interesting and nice way to learn other people and like-minded people in Amsterdam. So if you're from another country and kind of are afraid of if you're going to be alone the whole week, make sure to come over to the Lunch and Learn. There's only exclusive amount of tickets available. So if you're interested, head over to my Facebook page and tickets are right in there. Okay guys, that's it for this week. Make sure to tune in next week again with another Q&A on the Artist Coaching Community Facebook group. For now, I want to wish you guys a really great day, and for everyone who's watching and will be attending the feedback session in a couple of minutes, I will see you there, and to the other people, have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.